Hello, hockey fans and Dallas Stars Elite girls, fan faithful, tuning in from across the globe. Real excited to kick off the year here. We did have an opening scrimmage that was, we'll say, loose and fast against the 12 AA Tigers. And today we expect to see more of a proper scrimmage. I would almost refer to it as an exhibition game, because we're going to settle into some actual hockey rules instead of that fluid 4-on-4 that we saw. Been watching the girls practice all week, and it's been a heck of a time watching the girls in their systems, hasn't it, Tim?
They've looked good. It's very fast-paced compared to last year, and they're adapting well.
I like it. The girls are practicing with the 14U Tier 1s, so they are at a real fast pace, as Tim pointed out. And for those that don't know, that's Tim Shortino joining us on Bleacher Buzz Live. And then, of course, Brendan Elliott still working behind the scenes hard on audio, visual, and all the special effects that we have. And, of course, myself, Brody, bringing you the broadcast. Full lineup today with one key notable absence, which is Sammy Adams, the goaltending duo, part 2, that is teamed up with Ms. Allen. Sammy does live in Colorado, so has a hard time making every weekend. And because this is opening season early scrimmage, she'll be tuning in from home, is my suspicion. And Jordan will have to hold the pipe solo. I certainly do like, Tim, to see these fancy new jerseys out there. What's your thoughts on that?
I like it. I was a little skeptical on the green, but it looks pretty nice. Numbers are a little bit different, but I think we'll be able to see them.
Having a chuckle because Brendan Elliott pointed out that she's got different size Dallas Stars Elite logos on the shoulders. Ends up being a bit entertaining. What did Paisley have to say about that, Brendan?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm interested to see. It's only on the dark jerseys, so the white jerseys, everything's fine. I think there was at least one other teammate that said it was the same, so I don't know. It looks weird for sure. It looked like somebody, we didn't pay full price for it or something, so we only got 3/4 of a patch.
Different warm-ups for the girls this year, the traditional kind of half circle situation that we're used to seeing, where they just pepper the goaltender. Good to see them getting the legs moving and practicing some zone entries and recoveries. Coach was practicing that last go round. And we do actually have 2 new coaches. Last broadcast I was suggesting that those might be opposition coaches, but lo and behold, they are actually Dallas Stars Elite girls coaches. And Tim had a chance to meet them. Tim, I can't remember, who are the new coaches joining Coach Tyler and Coach Danielle?
Yeah, you would ask me that, right? John and Mike, I think.
There you go. We're going to go with John and Mike. I do feel confident on Coach Mike because he goes by his last name, because there is Mike, who is the association lead. And just like that, there's the whistle to our get the pucks cleaned up, get these young ladies and young men organized. A little bit of a pre-scout on the opposition that the Stars are playing today. It's once again the 12U Single A Texas Heat. And they should have a pretty strong lineup. The parents were having a bit of a chuckle walking in because our ladies are quite tall, and they all are roughly 1 year older than the majority of these young men. Again, it's a single A, so there'll be 2014 birth years and some 2015s mixed in on that. Well, obviously our roster is the 13 onlys, which obviously stands for 2013 birth years, 13-year-olds only. Practice time, we were watching the girls picking up some pointers from the 14U Tier 1s. Really good puck movements, and kind of excited to see where that can go. Hey, Tim?
Yeah, I think it really challenges them and makes them skate harder and think faster. It's really I think it's gonna show on the ice. A couple months from now, I think you'll see a huge difference.
All righty, here we are coming to puck drop. No surprise in the starting goaltender because there is only one goaltender, as I mentioned. So Allen's between the pipes. We got Grahovic centering up front with Isaac playing left wing, Dulac playing right wing, and we got Shortino, and I believe that is Gillis joining her. No, Van Tassel's joining her on the right defense. Off the draw into the zone. Heat pick it up behind their net. Throw it around the boards all the way back. Shortino's going to hold his own. Shortino throws it toward the net. Almost deflected by Dulac. Trickles in front. Loose puck. Ends up spinning behind the net. Heat are going to regroup. They try to clear it. Shortino able to hold his own. Throws it back toward the danger zone out front. Dulac quickly in pursuit of that young man in down the half wall now. Heat looking to break out. We got a 2-on-2 through the neutral zone. Coming in on Van Tassel. Van Tassel driving him wide. Pushes him into the corner. Knocks him off the puck. Puck ends up loose behind the net. Heat are going to regroup. Quickly on that, Skrahovic. Krahovic, she gets it over to Isaac. Isaac now. Isaac coming through the neutral zone, cuts back to her left. Gains the zone, has a look at her option, loads up the shot. That goes wide, comes all the way around back to Elliott. Now Elliott holds it in, throws it toward the net, deflected just wide. Isaac again. Isaac, there's a shot right through the front. Not quite able to grab it was Elliott. Still holding the zone is Elliott. Heat are regrouping now. Here comes the Heat. They look to clear it up into the neutral zone. Shortino's on it. Shortino over to Gillis. Gillis, lead pass. Tries to find Lafleur just out of her reach. Lafleur quickly on it, pressuring though. Heat dump it all the way down. That's going to be handled by Andrews. Andrews takes it in behind the net. Loads one up off the glass. Tries to find Elliott on a break. Interrupted by the Heat through the neutral zone now. We got a line of Lafleur left wing. Elliott right. Looks like Mason's going to center them. Gillis, checked by the Heat behind the net. There's a shot from the front, deflected. Good shot blocked by Andrew. There's another shot. That goes wide. Into the near half wall. Lafleur's on it. She tries to throw it up. That's held in by the Heat. Deflected by Lafleur. And Stars able to clear the zone. Heat are regrouping back at their own blue line. 55 looking at his options, dangling a bit. Lafleur pressuring no. Throws it up to 91 on the near wall. Gaining the zones of Heat. Back checking's Elliott. Good hustle by her. Puck ends up back to the point. 55 loads up. There's the shot. Just wide. Puck's in behind the net. Andrews is on it. She gets it over to Lafleur on the near half wall. Lafleur clears it up into the neutral zone. Quick move by number 55. Gains the zone. Dishes it off to 91. Good poke check by Gillis. Mason's there to grab it. And there's the first stoppage of play. And we've got sorry folks, a little distracted because we have a score bug that's right in the way where it's saying share feedback. We'll get rid of that. Sorry folks, using a new score bug here. There's the draw. Comes in behind the net. We got Jordan out there with Weaver and Ursi. And defense, Van Tassel and Shortino. On to Shortino's stick. She throws it down, all the way down into the far end. That should be an icing. And it will be an icing, and it's called back. And we'll see if we can get this fixed here. All right, I have to log again on my laptop. I just said that too. All right, here's the draw. Near corner. Good, strong stick by Ursi to win that battle. Puck's loose now, up to Weaver. Weaver picks it up on her backhand, drives down the right wing. Gains the zone. She's got Jordan going toward the net. Weaver driving wide. She's checked. Puck ends up behind the net. Heat tried to cut and move back to the middle. Interrupted that is Weaver. Shortino steps up to hold the zone, and ref says that it was a little too close, and he calls it an offside. Fresh legs out for the Stars. We got Grahovic centering Isaac on left, Dulac on right, Gillis and Andrews on point. Ref not liking how they're lined up. Isaac playing defense the majority of the year last year. They've actually got a lot of defensive players on our 13-0s this year. Puck ends up back to the point. Gillis holds it in. She takes a shot, deflected off the back of Gerhovic. That's picked up by the Heat. Heat coming through the neutral zone. Driving, gained in the zone, looking to load up a shot, makes a move. There's a shot. And an absolute rocket. Top corner. Nice moves by that young man to gain the zone. Makes a move on the D and finds a small corner of that top left right over the right shoulder of Allen. 1-0 Heat. Here's the replay. There's the first move. Great play by that young man, individual effort. There's the draw, won by the Stars. Dulak's got it. She throws it in deep. Gerhovic, Isaac quickly pressuring. They drive in. Heat throw it all the way down. They wave off the icing. Andrews is going to pick that up. Andrews throws it around, tries to clear the zone, deflected into the neutral zone. Was contacted on the bench, and now they whistle it down. Well, I don't know if we're going to get rid of that share your feedback bug on the viewers at home, so our apologies. Hard to find good help around here. Best part is at home you can't even click it to share it if you wanted to, Tim, anyways. Here's the draw. Won by the Heat. Quickly on that is Isaac, though. Heat back to the neutral zone. Back check in Gerhovic. Dulak now. Dulak, she's in a battle with two Heat players. Gerhovic jumps in to help. Throws it deep. Gerhovic in pursuit, and they're going to call that icing. Hoping for a deflection on that one. Not quite. 9:27 left here in the opening period. Lots of action so far with our Stars. I like to see the hustle out there, Tim.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of an adjustment period because they haven't skated together as lines, and once they get used to each other, things will come together. But so far, so good.
Mason playing center. Also another defense that's migrated to the north part of the ice, playing forward. Draws one. Van Tassel tries to find Lafleur up on the half wall. Little out of Lafleur's reach. Lafleur in a battle now with three Heat members. Here comes the Heat. They're looking to drive in. Mason pushes him wide. Heat, centering pass. Cleared out of the way was Shortino. Puck still loose, though. There's the Heat. They fire one just wide. Comes all the way around to the near half wall. Lafleur has it. She chips it into the neutral zone, and a little too much muscle on that one. And they'll bring it all the way back down for a face-off in our own Stars zone. And we got some fresh legs coming up front. Ursi centering Weaver and Jordan. And we still have Van Tassel and Shortino on point. Shortino with the puck. Tries to clear it up the half wall. Ends up on Jordan's stick. Heat step in to interrupt that. They throw it into the far corner. Van Tassel's in pursuit now. She's pressuring. Good job by her. Puck's disrupted in behind the net now. Shortino's on it. She's pressuring. Wins that battle. Tries to find Ursi. Little out of Ursi's reach. Now it's onto the backhand of Shortino. She gets it up to Weaver. Here comes Weaver. Weaver through the neutral zone. Looks to drive wide. Jordan, nice move by her to stay onside. Puck's in deep. Jordan's out front. Weaver now on her backhand. She's got Ursi. Jordan jumps in to help. Got two Stars in there and three Heat players. Ref's going to let them play. Want to see that puck spit out. Now it's on to Jordan's stick. Jordan, she looks to center it. Puck's loose at the side of the net. Comes out. Heat look for a lead pass. Comes all the way down to Andrews. She kicks it over to Weaver again. Neutral zone back and forth. Picked up by Jordan. Jordan's got it on her backhand. She looks to throw it in deep. Ursi's giving chase. Puck's in behind the net. Pressuring is Ursi. She throws it up. Jordan's there to grab that puck. Jordan centering pass. Deflected. Trickles through the crease. Comes all the way across. Back into the neutral zone. Andrews. She tries to find her winger. Lit out of that reach, though. Here comes the Heat now. Heat gain the zone. Coming in for the shot. Cross ice pass. Blocker saved by Allen. Nice move by her to get across. Heat centering pass. Another opportunity right out front. Point blank. Another stop by Allen. Loading one up from the point, deflected. That comes across. Gillis now. She tries to clear it out. It's kicked up. Ursi, Weaver, Jordan all going for a change, and that'll be an icing call. Third icing call against the Stars. Two important stops in that mad scramble there, Tim. Seemed like we had a lot of traffic out front.
Yeah, got to clear them out of there. Strong on the sticks.
That was the first nice play by the Heat, and there's the draw, won by the Heat. Back to the point now. Shortino's on it. She gets it up to Grahovic. Grahovic, little chip and chase for herself. Grahovic drive wide. Here comes Grahovic down the left wing. She's got Isaac going to the front. Shots deflected high and gloved by the goaltender. Keeping it a 1-0 hockey game. Grahovic in for the draw. Van Tassel, Shortino on the point. Won by the Heat. Heat look to throw it out. Ends up in behind the net for the Heat. They're driving in behind. Quickly on that, Dulac though. Puck comes back to Van Tassel. Van Tassel holds his zone, centers it through the high slot. Just out of the reach of the Stars though, and onto the Heat stick. Heat now. Drop back checking. A hard hustle by Van Tassel. Back checking and knocking that young man off the puck. Puck's in behind the net. There's a centering pass off the inside leg of Allen. Look what I found. Oh my goodness, giving heart attacks here, but she made the stop. All the way down to the far end of the ice, and yet another icing call. You got that replay, Tim? That was close. Here it comes. Puck goes in behind the net. There's the shot. Allen in position to make the stop. Fresh legs out there. Masons centering Lafleur. And Elliott. On point, Andrews and Gillis. Here's an opportunity, 2-on-1. Here comes Mason. Mason's got Lafleur. Lafleur driving toward the net. Elliott's trailing as well. There's a shot. And a good glove save by the goaltender. Really good hustle by Elliott to make that a 3-on-1 there. There's a shot out front. It's blocked. Heat looking to break out through the neutral zone. Back checking's Elliott. Heat get it across. Also back checking is Mason. They kick it up. There's an opportunity for Elliott the other way. Elliott and Lafleur both in pursuit. Stepping up. Ursi. Ursi now picks it up at her backhand. Driving in to the left. Centering pass. Puck's loose out front. Spits back to the point for Andrews. Andrews, she takes a shot. Ends up in the far corner. Comes all the way around to the near half wall. Ursi's quickly on that. 2-on-2. Coming in on Gillis. Here comes the Heat. Looking for the high slot. Couple moves there. And a young man finds that left post. We got ourselves a 2-0 hockey game in favor of the Heat. Nice left to right, right to left move by that young man to draw the defense and the momentum of the goaltender over. And he finds the near post corner. 4:50 left here in the first. Heat back through the neutral zone. They gain it. Jordan, good strength by her, using her strength, wins that battle. Puck kicks up into the neutral zone. Jordan, another individual that typically plays defense. She's on offense down here today. And an offside the other direction this time, Tim. Good to get a offensive zone draw. Ursi in to take the draw. She's got Weaver on her right wing. Jordan on the left. Jordan's got it now. She takes a shot deflected just over the stick of Weaver out front. Bouncing puck. Ends up on the half wall. Heat try to clear it. Van Tassel's there with Shortino. Shortino throws one up through the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Ends up on the Heat stick. Here comes the Heat back the other way. They throw it in deep. Van Tassel shoulder checks. She's going to pick it up on her backhand behind the net. Tries to feed it up to Jordan. That's picked up by the Heat. Interrupting that, though, was Ursi. Into the neutral zone now. Heat, they regain it. They throw it all the way down. Allen saying, no, thank you. And it's whistled down for a draw in the far face-off circle. There's a draw. Grahovic out there. Wins it. Van Tassel's battling in the corner now. Picked up. Thrown across ice by Isaac. Isaac on left wing. Dulac on right. Grahovic now. She's going to pick that up. Throws it in behind the net. Tries to pick up Dulac on her backhand on the far half wall. She does. Dulac, chip and chase. In she goes. They gain the zone. Pressing. Dulac loses her stick. Gets caught up on the wall there. Coach gives the stick back. That's a dangerous play. Hopefully she's all right. Back checking is Grahovic. Good hustle by her. And they're going to call a slashing call. I don't know, Tim. I feel like that was onto the puck, but maybe we'll have to see that replay.
Yeah, I think she missed him completely, and he just fell over.
All right. Maybe I'm just looking for optimism eyes, we'll say. So a 5-on-4 opportunity for the Heat, the first power play of the game for them. We got Grahovic and Isaac killing penalty up front. Out of the zone it goes, into the neutral zone. And we have Shortino and Andrews on the point. Puck's into the corner. Shortino's got it. She throws it off the wall, tries to clear it out. It's held in by the Heat. They throw it down to the half wall. Puck spits into the crease. Andrews steps up to clear that into the neutral zone. And that'll kill a few more valuable seconds off this power play. There's the Heat regaining control in the neutral zone, and here they go. They gain the zone. Looking to wind up. There's the shot. Allen tracks it. Makes the save. Allen being her usual character self out there. I don't know whose kid that is, but she certainly likes to keep it light. All right, there's the draw. Andrews has it on the half wall. Should be a high stick, and it is. And it's going to come all the way back down for an offensive zone draw. With 1:10 left in the power play. Tim, it looked like they logged this as a 2-minute power play then. Was that what's going on?
They did. I'm trying to work on fix it.
Should only be 90 seconds. So, okay, here comes the Heat. They gain the zone. Interrupted by Andrews. Heat regaining. Puck's loose in the slot. Couple moves and a nice play by Isaac. She knocks it all the way down. Stars in a bit of a trap. Here comes the Heat now. Heat gain the zone. Looking to come into the high slot. That's interrupted by Shortino, and then Andrews knocks it away. Isaac, she tries to clear it. Ends up on the point. Here comes the Heat. Couple moves by the Heat. There's the shot. Deflected. Tope saved by Allen. Nice reaction by her to pick up that deflection and quick cover. Or Tim's working the new score bug, the one that's got the... Yeah, I missed the replay. Thanks, Brendan. There's the draw. Comes back to the point again. Here comes the Heat. There's another shot. Allen, another quick save. Three kind of key saves for her right now, which is good. Moving a bit looser. Here comes another shot. The quick replay. Another grab. All right, we got Elliott now with Lafleur killing penalties up front. There's the shot, deflected. Allen, save off, knocks it to the corner. Heat try to break in from the corner. Shortino not giving up on that puck, though. Able to come pick the pocket of that young man. Now it ends up on Elliott's stick. All the way back to the point, though. Heat looking to step up into the slot. There's the shot, deflected. In behind the net now, picked up by Shortino. Bouncing balls everywhere. I'm not sure what's going on. And into the neutral zone. Here's an opportunity for Elliott. Elliott driving in. She's got Mason with her. Elliott trying to pick that puck up. Heat able to regain position defensively, though. There's Mason. She fires it through the slot. No one home. Heat back the other way. Here comes the Heat. They gain the zone. Elliott coming back, using her strength to knock it off the puck. Shortino sends it over to the corner. Gillis now. Gillis, she tries to find Elliott and does. Puck ends up on the point. Back to Van Tassel. Van Tassel up to Lafleur. Lafleur dumps it in, and they're giving chase. And just a little too soon on the dump in. The ref says that's an icing. With 14 seconds and on the clock. Tim, the home crowd has the shots for the Stars at 3. Is that accurate? Feels light to me.
That's what I have. I think
Okay.
there's a couple near misses.
A couple near misses, we'll say. Here we are, 7 seconds on the clock. Puck back into the neutral zone. Opportunity for Jordan. She dumps it in. And that'll put the first period behind us. Shots 9-3 in favor of the Heat. And a 2-0 hockey game in favor of the Heat. And it looks like they're only going 1-minute breaks here at intermission now.
No time to rest.
No time to rest for the Wicked. Looked like Allen started to settle in there mid-period, made some big saves on that power play opportunity that the Heat had. And I think the girls, all in all, did a pretty good job pressuring, just not able to find the net with some shots. Hey, Tim?
Yeah, I think a little bit of it is just first time a lot of them are skating together on a line. They skated pretty well. Same on the defense. The forwards and defense are all new partners. So hopefully they figured it out and have a strong second period here.
I certainly like their pace. All the girls are skating hard, skating fast. That's good to see. And as you pointed out earlier, Tim, I think a big part of that is who they're practicing with. On Thursdays and Fridays, they have to skate if they want to keep pace. And here they're setting it. And as of right now, we have Isaac playing left wing, who played defense all last year. We've got Jordan playing left wing, who played defense all last year. We have Mason playing center, who played defense all last year. And who's their fourth? I'm missing somebody. I thought we had 4 people that are
There's eight skaters out of the 13 played defense almost all of last year. And I think 2 others played part of the time. So it's a very defensive lineup.
Here we are, puck drop period number 2. Dulac still centering Grahovic centering Isaac and Dulac. Onto Isaac's stick. Isaac, she looks to gain the zone. She's going to chip it in. Pushing wide, takes a shot. That ends up in behind the net. Dulac's on it now. Dulac, she throws it back to Andrews. Andrews loads one up. There's a shot through traffic and a goal! And just like that, 22 seconds into the second period, the Stars come out with a fantastic offensive pressure. Isaac drives it down the left wing. She throws it in deep. Dulac picks it up in the corner, sends it back to Andrews. Andrews loads one up, seeing a nice shot, finds the low glove side. We got ourselves a 2-1 hockey game. Just about caught me off guard there, Tim.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Great to see. Here they're pressuring already again. Dulac, Isaac's got it in the corner. They try to throw it back. Heat, they pick it up on the half wall. Looking to skate it through the neutral zone, ends up on Gillis' stick. Here comes the Heat. They look to gain the zone. Nice poke check by Andrews. Puck ends up, getting thrown back by the Heat all the way in now. Gillis has it. She fires it around. Going to be picked up on the far half wall by Isaac. Isaac tries to clear. That's deflected by the Heat. Bouncing puck. Allen says, let's settle this down and grab a whistle. So those at home, we're using a new scorebook, has new buttons. We've got still shaking off our off-season cobwebs. We got new line mates too. Hey, Tim?
It's a mess. And I've got fat fingers. It's just...
It's adjustment. Mason, speaking of adjustments, playing center. Mason wins the draw. Gets it over to Shortino. Here's a 2-on-1. We got LaFleur driving in. Elliott's going toward the front. There's a shot, bouncing puck. Elliott's trying to pick up that rebound. In behind the net's LaFleur. LaFleur looks for a centering pass. Still working down low is a LaFleur. LaFleur, a couple moves left and right, trying to center in it. That's deflected by the Heat. And the Heat able to finally release some pressure as they come up through the neutral zone, trying to drive wide on Van Tassel. Van Tassel pushes that young man into the boards, picks it up on her forehand. Van Tassel with some speed. Outlet pass to LaFleur. LaFleur through the neutral zone. She chips one in. Mason's in pursuit now. Mason and Elliott both forechecking. LaFleur wants some fresh legs. Good hostile shift for her. Here comes the Heat. Heat through the neutral zone. They're going to break through the middle. Quick back check is Shortino. Puck ends up behind the net. Van Tassel throws it over to Mason. Mason, she tries to clear it up. Ends up on the stick of the Heat. Heat regroup. There's a shot deflected. Another save by Allen. Two great saves by Allen. First one off a deflection from the shot and then keeps the rebound out as well. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Picked up by the Heat. Mason in pressuring. Ursi's there to help. Ursi throws it in deep. She's got Jordan with her. And Weaver's going to round out that line up front, hopping on the ice right now. Back the other direction come the Heat. Coming in on Andrews and Gillis. Number 70 looking to drive. Nice body position by Andrews. Here comes Weaver. Weaver, 3-on-3 unfolding. Weaver with some speed, driving down the right wing. Looks to load one up. There's a shot. Nice save by the goaltender. Kicks it off to the far side. In behind the net now. Ursi, she's on it. Looks to do a centering pass. Ursi's in a battle in the corner. Spits out just over Jordan's stick. Back the other direction come the Heat. Back check-ins Jordan. Andrews looking to push wide. And a great pass through the crease. Right through everybody. Finds his teammate on the far right wing. And that young man makes no mistake on that fantastic setup by his line mate there. See if we can see that replay again. I actually thought for a moment, there's the pass through the crease all the way across. Banged home by that young man on the far side. For a moment there, Tim, I actually thought Allen was going to get that. Just short of it. We got ourselves a 3-1 hockey game. Here comes Grahovic right off the draw, looking to make it a 3-2. Grahovic takes the shot. Glove by the goaltender. Good to see the quick response here by the Stars. Grahovic centering Dulac and Isaac. Shortino and Van Tassel on the point. Back to Van Tassel, over to Shortino. Shortino loads one up. There's a shot, bouncing puck. And a glove save by the goaltender. Two quick pressure shots by the Stars. There's the draw, back to Van Tassel. Van Tassel over to Shortino. Shortino takes the shot, it's deflected. Here's an opportunity for the Heat. Back checking Shortino though, she's quickly on it. Good hustle by her to recover off that block shot. Puck ends up behind the net with Grahovic. Grahovic, she shovels it up to Dulac. Dulac has it on the half wall. She's getting pressured by the Heat. It ends up all the way in behind the net. Van Tassel's got it. Van Tassel tries to clear it up, interrupted again by the Heat. On to Dulac's stick now. Dulac, she gets it up to Grahovic. 2-on-1 unfolding. Grahovic just out of her reach. She's still pressuring. All three Stars pressuring in deep. Puck ends up through the neutral zone all the way back to Andrews. Andrews has it on her backhand. Tries to throw it out. It's picked up by the Heat again. There's Grahovic now. She throws it down. Nice draw weight by her to gain the zone. Hustling in there's Isaac. Isaac almost knocks it free. Now Dulac's in there. Grahovic. Heat look to clear it through the neutral zone. Here comes the Heat. They gain the zone, driving down the left wing. Shortino's pushing it wide. Puck's loose out front, bouncing puck. Gloved up by Allen for another stoppage of play with 9:22 left here on the clock. Fresh legs across the board for the Stars. Mason centering LaFleur. And Elliott. There's the draw, won by Mason, ends up in behind the net. Andrews now. She throws it off, kicks awkwardly off the glass, but it's picked up by Elliott. Elliott tries to find LaFleur on the far side. Bouncing puck, still bouncing. Loose out front, opportunity for LaFleur. LaFleur still pressuring. Good hard-working shift by here. LaFleur trying to kick it out front. Mason's on it too, still shoveling a goal! Oh, they call it no goal. What an amazing round of effort. Still out front, another opportunity. Mason, LaFleur, and Elliott, ruthless out front, still driving. Here comes Mason. Mason, another opportunity, takes a shot, and a goal! What a sequence of events. And if I never saw a group of 3 power forwards just grinding it out down there, Tim, wow, what a shift. Just relentless pressure, not letting up, and they end up getting rewarded with that.
They were all over the place on that one. Heat had nowhere to go. That's how they have to play.
Here's the replay. There's a shot from Mason, and a nice, when you're coming across, I love when you go find the post you left behind you. And that's exactly what Mason did there. Good for her. That is toe saved by Allen. She kicks it off to the far wall. Back to the point now. Into the half wall, down into the corner. Here comes Andrews. Andrews kicks it up. Puck ends up on the battle on the near half wall. It ends up all the way in behind the net. Andrews again. Andrews tries to throw it up. The Heat have it. Heat coming around, looking to do a wraparound. They feed it back to the point. Deflected by Jordan. Here's a good poke check. Nice stick by Gillis. Jordan in pursuit in the neutral zone now. Jordan, Weaver, and Ursi out there. Zone entry by the Heat. There's the hot shot from the Heat. Allen with the leg save, and she covers it up. .752 left. Great save by Allen there with that opportunity in the high slot for the young man from the Heat. And what a hard-working shift again from the Stars. They're absolutely hustling out there. Grahovic. She's centering Dulac and Isaac again. Back to the point for the Heat. Heat looking to load up a shot. There's a shot. Toe saved by Allen. Kicked off to the side. Picked up by Dulac now. Dulac coming through the neutral zone. Puck's loose. We got Shortino on point. Actually, we got Isaac on point now. Mason. She's over the wing. There's a shot. That's wide. Here comes Shortino. Shortino throws it off the wall. Ends up back in the neutral zone. And it's actually Isaac is indeed playing defense right now with Shortino. So coach shuffling up the lineups a little bit here. And we have Mason playing left wing when she was centering before. Here comes Mason. Mason kicks it into the neutral zone. Heat are going to regroup through the neutral zone. They cut back. Here comes 35. Gains the zone. Looking to come in. Isaac. Nice positioning by her. Knocks the puck over to the corner. Heat trying to find something, and they've got the Stars all over him. Here comes Mason now. Mason looking for a second of the game. 2-on-3. Mason wisely decides to hold up and find Shortino. Sends it back to Mason. Mason looking for a centering pass, and she's checked at the last minute there. Good decision by her to find Shortino and let some of her line mates catch up. Isaac, she tries to throw it up into the zone. Dulac, back to Isaac. Isaac, interrupted by the Heat. Heat, lead pass, trying to break free. Good stick by Shortino. Here comes the Heat, though, picking that up, deflected, back on the Shortino stick. Shortino, she throws it into the neutral zone. Heat regroup, try to regain. Shortino's on it again. Shortino tries to find LaFleur. LaFleur, she's skating it through the neutral zone, and there's a whistle for an offside. With 5:55 left. We're going to see a goalie change on the Heat here. Both tenders getting some action in this opening exhibition / scrimmage. They call them scrimmages here, not exhibition, right, Tim?
I think so.
I'd classify this as an exhibition game, but what do I know? My hometown would call it that. Scrimmage is what we did last week, where it's loose and fast and 4-on-4. This, we're obviously playing with some rules and some set lines and some strategy. And speaking of which, we've got Ursi, Jordan, and Weaver. Nice moves by Weaver, trying to work her way up the ice. This line still playing together. Van Tassel on point with Andrews. Puck's in deep. Weaver in pursuit, so is Jordan. Jordan pressuring. Puck ends up all the way on the near half wall, kicked over to the middle. Nice stick by Weaver to break that up. Jordan on it now as well. Here comes Ursi. Ursi centering pass to Weaver. Just out of her reach. Ends up on the Heat stick. Heat back the other way. Back checking Jordan though. Good job by her to break that up. Here comes the Heat again. Here comes the Heat. Down the left wing, looking to load up a shot. Does a centering pass. That's deflected. Ends up on net. Allen kicks that away. Loose puck through the slot. Right onto the stick of Jordan, though. She calmly brings it up through center ice. 3-on-2 unfolding. Here comes Jordan. Pumps the brakes. Lets Weaver go to the net. Oh, nice idea. Just about broke Weaver loose out the middle. There's a lead pass effort by the Heat. They're trying to spring their winger out on a breakaway, and Shortino says, I got this. No problem. Shortino tries to kick it up to Ursi. Ends up all the way back now on Andrews' stick. Andrews, she throws it across ice, trying to find Isaac. Isaac back on forward, playing left wing. Isaac fires it all the way down. That'll be an icing call. And Tim, I don't know if I can keep up with the lines. What are you seeing?
Yeah, the adjustments are a little crazy. I think maybe it was just Isaac back for a shift on defense. There's only 4 defensemen. Give one of them a break, and she's right back up front. But yeah, all new lines. It's tough to keep up with.
And new lines. We've got a new one out there. Gerhovik's back out there. The draws one by the Heat. That's deflected into the corner. Gillis picks it up behind the net. Gillis trying to find Dulac. Gerhovik, Dulac, and Isaac up front. Gillis and Shortino on point. Here comes the Heat out of the corner. There's a shot. Rifles it just over that corner. Almost finds that top corner. Isaac picks it up on the half wall, gets it into the neutral zone to relieve some pressure. Onto the backhand of Shortino now. Shortino tries to find Dulac and does. Dulac's going to chip it in deep. Dulac, Gerhovic, and Isaac all giving chase. Puck ends all the way up around on the half wall. Picked up on the backhand. Not quite able to be grabbed by any one of our stars, and the Heat able to skate it away. Here comes the Heat driving down the right wing. Gillis, good stick by her, knocks that puck off that young man's stick, ends up in the half wall. Around the corner, Gerhovic. Gerhovic's going to throw it all the way down. That should be an icing call, and it is. With 3:34 left here in the second. We still got ourselves a 3-2 hockey game in favor of the Heat. Stars still keeping a pretty strong pace out there. It's nice to see the hustle on the legs. It certainly is a strength of theirs. They typically have about 2 inches on these young men, so she can get those strides going in that hustle. There's the draw, won by the Heat. It's kicked over. Heat now from the half wall. We're going to have ourselves our first penalty against the Heat and a first power play opportunity for the Stars. See if our young ladies can take advantage of this opportunity, Tim, and make it a 3-3 hockey game. Now, the million-dollar question, will it be 90 seconds or 2 minutes?
It's a good question. I'm waiting. I'm anticipating what's going to happen so I can get it right on the scoreboard.
I'm going to will it to be 2 minutes. They're showing 2 minutes up there because it would only be fair. Mason out on the power play with Elliott on right wing and LaFleur on left. There's an opportunity. Kick back to the point. Andrews has it. Andrews, there's a shot. Looks at wind one up. Loose puck out front. Still loose. LaFleur digging. Then Mason digging. Still digging to the side of the net. This puck is still loose. Trying to bang it home. Still loose, and it's still going to be banged home. 14 kids in front of the net. 14 opportunities back to the point. What an opportunity and sequence of events. Back the other way come the Heat now. All the way down. Back the other way we go. The Heat. Stars. 2-on-2 unfolding. Here comes Elliott with some speed down the right wing. Takes the shot and a goal! Elliott picks up that puck. We had an amazing mad scramble of a shift out front. He'd have a break down the left wing. Interrupted by our defense. Great play by them. Elliott ends up with the puck, drives back down the right wing, finds one, top cheddar in the left. We got ourselves a 3-3 hockey game.
Struggling to keep up. It's moving a little quick for me.
You can log those at any time, by the way. You can go back and add them later. I had a hard time keeping up. So notably, Tim, I love to see that line that's just been grinding gets rewarded immediately with the power play opportunity.
That's great by Coach. Good awareness by what's going on out there and awarding them.
Yeah, hard work getting rewarded, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think the Heat coach has got a little bit of a problem because looked like there should have been a tripping call on us just before that goal coming back into the zone, but got away.
Yeah, the Heat fans were pretty incensed right before that. I thought there should have been a call, and didn't get it. That's the way hockey goes.
Well, as I've said numerous times, this is a hometown broadcast. I didn't see it. All right, here we are. Weaver, Ursi, Jordan out there. Andrews and Van Tassel on point. Andrews, she fires one around. Another awkward bounce off that glass. Puck's bouncing through the slot. Here's an opportunity for the Heat. There's a bouncing puck. That's shot wide. Picked up by Van Tassel. Van Tassel, lead pass, puts it up to Weaver. Here comes Weaver. Weaver pitches it in. 2:20 left on the clock. Heat trying to come back the other way. Into the zone they come. Here comes the Heat. Heat looking to gain the zone, not quite able to. Puck ends up all the way back into the near corner. Andrews throws it up to Weaver. Weaver picks it up on her backhand. Weaver tries to find Jordan and does. Jordan's got it. Nice move by Jordan. Oh, and just not quite able to touch up. Tripped up a little bit. And Jordan just had a little too much momentum there because she was hustling on that forecheck.
Yeah, she's done a great job. She's been primarily completely on defense the entire season. That's all she's played. That's all she's practiced. She's done a really good job today adjusting.
And playing assertively, too. I think that's really, really good to see. We got a number of ladies playing with a little bit of an edge to their game, and good on them. Isaac fires it in deep. Dulac, Grahovic, both in pursuit. Dulac and Grahovic pick up that puck. Into the far corner it goes. Heat, they try to backhand it. Ends up on Shortino's stick. Shortino throws it through the crease, deflected. In behind the net now. Heat try to pick that up. Here comes the Heat. They look to throw it deep. Gillis stops that. Gillis takes a shot. Bouncing puck, ends up wide. In behind the net, wraparound attempt by Gilak. Here's another opportunity up front. Puck still loose. And it's kicked off to the side. And the Heat able to clear that off the wall and all the way down. With 1:15 on the clock. Here comes Shortino. She picks it up on the backhand. Shortino looks at her options. Looks to center one up. Picked up by the Heat. Heat. They're interrupted by Grahovic. Puck ends up in the near corner. In behind the net now. Cross. Centering pass. And a goal for the Heat. The second tic-tac-toe by the Heat, where they just fire one right through the crease and it's banged home. It's almost like an unassuming play unfolded there too, Tim. It seemed like that young man was going to skate it wide and he just fired it right out in the slot and right down to his teammate's stick. Got ourselves a 4-3 hockey game again. Stars are pressuring though. Wide pass, outlet pass to Lafleur. Lafleur's got it. She's trying to drive wide. Dances around her opponent. Lafleur now looking for an opportunity. Backhand, forehand. Lafleur drives the net. Puck still loose out front. There's a mad scramble. Where's that loose puck? Who's going to want it? And it's finally covered up by that goaltender. Lafleur, great move by her from the corner. Evades the check, then does a nice move, then drives it toward the net, creating that mad scramble. We got 40 seconds left on the clock. Mason on the draw. Mason tries to win it. Gets it back, but the Heat there to pick that up. Heat pushing through, comes back to Andrews. Andrews throws it up. Heat defense now, D-to-D pass. Quickly on that's Elliott. Elliott, she looks to bring it up. Van Tassel steps in. Van Tassel. All the way down now. Should be an icing call. And it is. with 14 seconds on the clock, or maybe 10 or 12 or however many that they feel like dropping off from the whistle. You were on it, Tim. We should give some tips to the score.
Do I have to do both scoreboards here?
So for those that don't understand, they were running the clock down a little bit here after the whistle. And we've got 11.6 valuable seconds on the clock. In behind the net, the draw is won by the Heat. The Heat looking to make something happen. It's interrupted by Lafleur. Lafleur takes a shot. And it's kicked into the corner. And a nice little push by the Stars at the end of that period. Well, another good period of hockey, I think, Tim. Good to see some intensity from our club. Our girls are skating hard, and what do we have now? 2 of our 3 goals are just good old hard working shifts.
Yeah, taking the puck to the net strong. Kids who haven't traditionally done it, picking up and taking over bigger roles on the offense. We lost a lot of offense from last year to this year, so they're doing a really good job. They settled down a little bit. Second period is much better.
I agree. Everyone settled down across the board. The Heat goals, they've had a couple of really good ones. Those tic-tac-toes when you're that quick on it. The pass through the crease. Girls will be starting this period with a 1-goal deficit. But it's a deficit I'm feeling like they might want to overcome. Out to start us off this period, we got Ursi centering Weaver and Jordan. We got Gillis and Andrews on point. Draws won by the Heat, but it's now picked up by the Stars. Jordan, she tries to throw it up, ends up on the Heat stick. There's an opportunity back the other way. Ends up on Weaver's stick now. Weaver, she tries to cut through. Weaver, over to Ursi. Ursi stepping in. Ursi over to Jordan. There's an opportunity. What a good opportunity. Nice pass by Ursi. There's a held in on the line by Gillis. Picked up by Weaver. Now it's kicked into the neutral zone. Gillis, she throws it back in deep. Ursi's on it. There's a shot by the Heat into his own bench. Keeping his teammates on their toes. Go, girl! Ursi made a great pass. Nice heads-up play to get an opportunity over to Jordan. It's unfortunate Jordan was on her backhand there. Otherwise, I think she would have been able to load one up. Here comes a draw by Ursi. Won by the Heat. Heat pick it up, look to skate it out. That's interrupted by Jordan. Puck into the neutral zone now. Ursi's checking, so is Weaver. Weaver's got it. Weaver, nice move by her. She's going to gain the zone. She's got Jordan with her. Picked up by Jordan. Jordan tries to find someone out in the high slot. Interrupted by the Heat. Heat gain the zone. Here comes the Heat. Looking to make a move. There's the shot. That's wide. Cleared out by Andrews. Let's see if we got the draw weight we're looking for. We sure will. No icing. Fresh legs across the board. Grahovic, Isaac, Dulac jump on. And Van Tassel and Shortino on point. All the way down. Going to be picked up by Shortino. Shortino's got a Heat player on her. She looks to find Van Tassel. It's deflected by the Heat player. Now she throws it all the way across to Dulac. Dulac, nice move by her. Dulac gets by 2 checks. Hauled down. All the way back to the point. Here comes Van Tassel. Van Tassel, she throws it in, ends up behind the net. Far corner now is the puck. Grahovic's in pursuit. She's pressuring. Grahovic's got it. Centering pass. Ends up out front. Oh my goodness. Right through everybody. Back to Shortino. Shortino with the shot. Tried to find a shot pass there. Ends up back on Van Tassel's stick now. Van Tassel. She has a look at her options. Nice move by her. Van Tassel's got it on her forehand. She's going to kick it up to Dulac. Dulac on her backhand. She's got Isaac over there. Dulac loads one up. There's a shot. Loose puck out front. Isaac tries to jump on it. The Heat end up throwing it all the way around. Here comes Shortino. Shortino able to hold his zone twice. Picks it up in her backhand and her forehand. Now it's into the neutral zone. Shortino trying to find Isaac and does. Isaac kicks it in. Heat still trying to relieve the pressure all the way over to Isaac. She throws it over onto the stick of Elliott. Elliott takes the shot and the goal! Elliott, absolute rocket. Top left corner on goal number 1. Top right corner on goal number 2. What a sequence of events. Shortino goes to clear it in, hits a skate, ends up on the stick of Elliott. Elliott jumps into the high slot and unloads a wrist shot. Top corner, we got ourselves a 4-4 hockey game. Here's the replay. You can see Elliott pick that up. And yeah, what a great shot by Elliott. Here comes the Heat right off the draw. Heat looking to make something happen. Allen with the blocker save. Quick response by the Heat. They jump in. 11:06 left here in the third. Got our shots at 22-19 in favor of the Stars. There's an opportunity. Here comes Elliott. Elliott looking for a Hattie with some speed. Go for it, Elliott. Driving down the right wing. She's got Lafleur going to the front. There's a shot. Big save. Puck's loose on the side of the net. Lafleur's in a battle on the side of the net. Mason's pushing and shoving out front. And Elliott, using that absolute speed that she can bring, breaks down that right wing, creates an opportunity. Nice hustle by her. Mason on the draw again. Mason wins it, gets it over to Elliott. Puck's loose now, ends up spitting that into the neutral zone. Here comes Andrews. Andrews. She tries to get it out. Picked up by the Heat. Andrews steps up to grab that though. A little bit of a dog pile up front. There's an opportunity. Allen with the save. Really good opportunity from the Heat. Allen quick to get the paddle down and freeze that puck. Fresh legs for the Stars out there. Ursi back out with Weaver and Jordan. Puck's loose, trickling through the crease, Cover that up. What's going on? Oh my goodness. I don't know how Allen grabbed that, but she grabbed it. And I think this player's stick while she was at it, but either way, it was a whistle. Fresh legs on the point. We got Van Tassel and Shortino jumping back out there. Weaver, Ursi, Jordan still up front. There's a draw won by the Heat. Kick back to the point. There's the shot. Deflected wide. Mad scramble out front still. Allen with the save. Allen freezing the post. And it was loose. I lost it. Players lost it. And unfortunately, the Heat able to grab it and come around. Love to see that replay, Brendan. I don't know how that. So Allen thought she had it and was freezing back, and then just lost puck. Picked it out of the corner and brought it around. That's where we need the camera on the other side next time. There's an opportunity now. Stars gain the zone. They throw it on the net. Loose puck out front. Grahovic's got it. Grahovic takes the shot. Trickles through the crease. Almost gets it right back. Shortino holds his own. Onto the stick of Isaac. Isaac throws it deep. Isaac in pursuit. She's got Dulac out front. Isaac now. Grahovic helping in the corner. Puck spits behind the net. Heat grab it. Heat look to center one. Almost picked up by Grahovic. Here comes a Heat of 3-on-2 unfolding through the neutral zone. Heat throw it cross ice to the right wing. Right wing picks it up. There's the shot. Deflected by Shortino out front. Ends up all the way around to the near half wall onto Isaac's stick. Isaac, she chips it out to the neutral zone. Stars gain the zone. Dulac and Grahovic now chasing the Heat. Back to the point for Shortino. Shortino up to Dulac. Dulac loads one up. There's a shot deflected. Loose puck out front. Jumped on it is the goaltender covering up that rebound. And we got ourselves a wholesale change for the Stars. Mason, Elliott, Lafleur up front. Gillis, Andrews on the point. Mason in for the draw. She's looked pretty steady on the draw today. Wins another one cleanly Over to Elliott. Elliott, couple moves by her. Throws it on net. And LaFleur was driving the net trying to find a rebound. Mason's face-off percentage is pretty high considering she played defense all year. Let's see if she's got another one here. Mason again won it, but it was off the ref's leg, so it bounced back toward the Heat. Here comes the Heat. Looking to break into the neutral zone. Back checking was Elliott, though. There's an opportunity. Allen with the save. Andrews. She throws it up all the way down. See if we get the draw weight we're looking for, and they'll probably call that an icing, and they do. 8:38 left here on the clock. A couple pretty good response shifts so far since that goal, Tim.
Yeah, got to dig deep.
Here comes Mason on the draw, wins another one. Gets it over to Andrews. Andrews, she throws it off the wall, tries to find LaFleur, kicks off the glass. LaFleur trying to grab it now. Ends up back to the point. The Heat able to hold the zone. Picked up by Elliott, though. Elliott, nice move by Elliott. Elliott cuts back. She's got some speed coming through the neutral zone. Cuts in. Look at Elliott driving now. Elliott, backhand, off the side of the net. Had Mason's trailing and LaFleur trailing, just looking for some kind of rebound. Here comes the Heat. Heat gained the zone, driving down the left wing. Nice pock pick by Mason on the back check. Here comes the Heat. There's a shot from the point, deflected, bouncing puck. And it loose. Just about dribbles wide, and Allen grabs her glove and swats it down. Ursi, Jordan Weaver's line back out there. Van Tassel, Shortino on point. Draw. Won by the Heat, ends up back at the point. Kicks all the way down. In behind the nets. Picked up now by Van Tassel. Van Tassel, lead pass trying to find Weaver. Gets it to the neutral zone. Here's the 3-on-1 opportunity. Weaver, Ursi, and Jordan. Weaver driving down the right wing. Back checkers are hustling back, though, and they are able to interrupt that before the Stars can get a shot off. Kicks back to the point for Van Tassel now. Van Tassel, she's looking to get it in. And back the other way it comes. We got a 2-on-1 unfolding here for the Heat. Here comes the Heat. Back checking's Van Tassel. Good stick by her. Puck's loose out front. Oh, no. And it was a full stop. Puck's loose out front. Kicks out to the side. And unfortunately, the Heat grabbed that loose puck that's sitting there and find the back of the net. Here's that replay. They come in full stop. Allen's in position, and then the puck just trickles wide. Tough one for the Stars there. Shortino now. She throws it down on net. They let it go. Quickly forechecking Isaac. Isaac takes a shot from this off angle. There's a bouncing puck out front, still loose out front. Grahovic's trying to bang it home. And the Stars almost make it a 5-6 hockey game. There's a shot from Shortino. Quickly on it was Dulac. Grahovic had a great clean face-off win there. Grahovic throws it back to Shortino again. Shortino, there's a shot. Blockered away by the goalie in behind the net. Puck comes around to the near half wall. Here comes the Heat. Heat driving in. Looking to go wide. Comes across over to Isaac. Isaac, little out of her reach. Bouncing puck, loose puck still out front. There's an opportunity now for the Heat. It's kicked over into the far wall. Andrews, she throws it off the wall. Forechecking is Grahovic and Isaac now. Isaac, she's on it. Heat able to get it up through the neutral zone. Heat gain the zone, looking to drive wide. Paisley back checking. Here's the other way. Here comes Isaac. She's looking to chip it through. She does. Isaac's got it. Picks it up on her backhand. 2-on-1. Isaac and Grahovic. Isaac drives down the left wing. Got Grahovic out front. There's a shot. That's deflected wide. In behind the net. Van Tassel holds the zone. Van Tassel on the backhand throws it in. Up through the neutral zone. Here come the Heat. Heat trying to gain the zone, and they do. Interrupted by the Stars, though. Onto Mason's stick. Mason with some speed. She's driving in. Mason cuts in through the crease. Crosses with Isaac. Mason throws it back to the point. Now tries to find Gillis. Little out of Gillis' reach, and here comes the Heat the other way. Here comes the Heat. 2-on-2 unfolding into the high slot. They do their own cross. There's a shot. Blocker saved by Allen. Van Tassel, she kicks it up. Tries to find Mason. DDD pass by the Heat. Now it's thrown in. Here comes the Heat. Centering pass, deflected. Heat again, they have it. High slot. Looking to drive the net. Skate in from the corner. Van Tassel's on it now. Heat, throw it back to the point. There's a shot from the point. Allen with the save. And 4:55 left on the clock here. Fresh legs up front and on defense. We've got Ursi, Weaver, Jordan back out there. And it looks like Van Tassel and Shortino on point. Into the far corner. Van Tassel now. She's on it. In a puck battle. In behind the net. Heat looks to do a wraparound. 2 point blank. Takes the shot. 2 solid saves by Allen to keep that out. Puck into the high slot. Onto Van Tassel's stick. Van Tassel, she tries to find Weaver. Not quite able to get it over to Weaver. Here comes the Heat again. Heat take another shot. Puck still loose out front. It's a bit of a man scramble again. In behind the net now. Shortino's got it. She kicks it over. She finds Weaver on the half wall. Weaver trying to get it out. Gets it up to Ursi. Ursi not quite able to clear the zone. Here comes the Heat again. Good stick by Shortino. And Shortino making sure that nobody's swatting the goaltender. Clearing the crease, and Allen freezes the puck for a whistle. Grahovic back out there. Good job by Grahovic off the draw. Driving it through. Grahovic using her strength. Gets it all the way down the left wing. She's got some help from Dulac now. Stars gain the zone. Grahovic's on it. Grahovic tries to center it. Heat able to back check though. They send it in deep. Andrews has it. Andrews in the far corner. Andrews throws it off the wall. Bouncing puck. It'll be perfect draw weight. Dulac and Grahovic both in pursuit, forechecking. Isaac the trailer. There's a pass deflected away by Grahovic. Grahovic throws it through the slot. Back to the other side, the Heat. Throw it back to Andrews now. Andrews cross ice pass to Isaac right on her tape. Here comes Isaac down the left wing. Takes the shot. A little bit of a wind-up with a slash there, but I guess we're letting that go today. 3:20 left. Stars got down 2. Be interested to see if or when coach decides he wants to pull a goalie, but we've got our hard-working line out there today, our Lafleur, Mason, Elliott combo, combining for many of the goals today. Elliott with 2, Mason with it. Here we go. Elliott over to Lafleur, onto Lafleur's stick. Lafleur loads one up. There's a shot. Deflected away by the goaltender. Still pressuring in the corner. Lafleur working hard. She's got the puck coming out with it. Lafleur, she's checked that, ends up all the way back into the neutral zone and just out of the reach of Gillis. Gillis on her backhand. Sends it over to Andrews. Andrews tries to clear it out. Now it'll be called as an offside with 2:38 left. What do you think, Tim? Is there enough clock time for a couple goals from the start?
It's going to be tough. Got to start holding the zone a little bit better. I think take the chances. Push a defenseman up front. Go for it.
I like it. Let's play some high-risk hockey here to finish. Here comes the Heat. Heat driving in. Good stick by Shortino. Nice job by her defensively. There's a loose puck. Lafleur in a foot race. Lafleur driving down the left wing. And the back checker is able to lift her stick at the last minute. Shortino, she throws it all the way down, and that'll be an icing call. Mason in to take the draw. 2:18 on the clock. There's a draw. One by the Heat, ends up at the point. They look to load up a shot. Interrupted by Mason and Lafleur. Here comes Mason driving down the right wing. She's got Elliott springing up. Mason's going to dump it in deep. Driving in is Elliott. Elliott looking to pick it up on her backhand. Shortino holds his own. Onto Elliott's stick. Elliott loads one up. There's a shot. That's high and left. Ends up onto Mason's. Goalie's gone. Extra skaters on the ice. Andrews is going to jump on. We got a 6-on-5 scenario here. Good pressure by the Heat, or the Stars. There's a shot over the net. Isaac. On it is Mason now. Mason. She looks to block the zone exit, and she does. She throws it back down. There's an opportunity. Puck still loose. Kicks it over. Isaac's going to pick that up. Isaac's going to load up a shot. There it is from Isaac. That's deflected. And that'll go out of net for a stoppage of play with 1:24 on the clock. And Grahovic's going to jump on. It looks like in replace of Mason. Mason may be out of gas there. Had a hustle shift. Here comes Grahovic on the draw. Gets it over to Isaac. Isaac loads up a shot. That goes wide. Ends up all the way around. Andrews is going to hold his own. Andrews, she takes the shot. Deflected out front. Puck ends up into the near far corner. Still pressuring is Andrews. There's a Dulac now. Dulac loose out front. It's an opportunity for Grahovic. Grahovic throws it toward the net. Puck still loose. Grahovic takes another shot. That goes through the crease. Comes all the way across to Shortino now. Shortino on the point. She throws it toward the net. Bouncy puck opportunity for Dulac. Just wide on the open net. Puck still loose. Being covered by a player. And then we've got the puck covered. Fans wanted to see a penalty for the defense player covering the puck, and they're not wrong. 50 seconds on the clock. And the Stars pressing hard. Fresh legs out. Van Tassel jumps out. Got Van Tassel, Isaac, Grahovic. Clean win back to Andrews. Andrews loads up the shot. There it is. Deflected. Bouncing puck. There's an opportunity. Loose out front for Van Tassel. Van Tassel tries to shoot it home. Big save by the goaltender. Puck comes all the way down. Andrews is on it now. Andrews, she's going to pick it up on her forehand. 34 seconds left on the clock. Off the glass. All the way down. And that'll be called as an icing. And Allen will have to jump back on the ice. With 26 seconds left. Well, the quickest goals I think our Stars have ever had is about 25 seconds, so you never know, Tim. We might get a couple here. Yeah. I got a hunch Mason's planning to spring this forward and shoot Elliott straight back, and sure enough, she does. Right onto Elliott's stick. Up through the neutral zone to see if the girls can get possession here. Elliott on it now. Elliott in her feet. She's got it. No, interrupted. Elliott's still working. Puck still loose. Puck all the way down. Now let's pull the goalie for kicks and giggle. 10 seconds on the clock. Go for it. Six-on-5 situation again. Allen out of the net. Mason in to take the draw. There's the draw. Puck ends up behind the net. Mason on it now. She's got Lafleur out front. Puck ends up into the far corner. 3 seconds on the clock. 2 and 1. And that'll do it. Pretty good game for the Stars. First time they've, as you mentioned, Tim, that they've been playing together all year. I really like the momentum. I like the speed. And I actually really liked that we've got some scoring touch. I think we had a few working goals and we had a couple of finesse goals in there too.
Going to need it. Like you said, it lost a lot from last year, a lot of scoring. So they're going to all have to chip in and skate hard. Thought they did well in the last 2 periods. First period looked like feeling out a little bit. Overall, I think not bad. Good exhibition.
It was a good exhibition, and that's exactly what it was, Tim, is an exhibition. Yeah, I think everybody settled in as the game went on. You know, first official game, I'd even say the same about Allen. Kind of looked like she settled down a fair bit in period 2 and 3, and it's not like these are being tracked, so coach will have some really good takeaways for these young ladies that they can go over. Well, folks, that'll do it for the Bleacher Buzz Live for today. We will be broadcasting again here this Friday. Do you have the intermission overlay up there, Brendan, or no? Okay, never mind then. We do have some updates that we'll share next time. And we will see you. We're playing an exhibition game against the Dallas Stars Elite 12U Tier 1s. And that'll be next Friday at 7 o'clock. And we look forward to seeing you there. And we should officially have our full roster because Ms. Sammy Adams will join us too. So it'll be a good day to get some footage, and away we go. Well, Tim, anything to add to wrap us up?
No, excited. They played really well today. I think that they're just going to get better with time. And looking forward to Florida.
Exactly. All right, fans at home, thanks so much for tuning in. You have yourselves a wonderful night.